Welcome back, everybody. It's time for night 2 of WrestleMania predictions. I once again am here with Little J.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Big Johnny.
Yeah, guys.
And I, R.A., will take on night 2 of WrestleMania predictions, along with the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, which is worth 5 points, like we do every year. So, remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. What are your predictions? Let's hit that intro and get into it.
Break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up.
Alright, let's get this out of the way. We're going to start with the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Big Johnny, who do you got and why?
What is the Creed, Judas Creed? What is the Creed brother?
Creed?
Yeah.
Alright. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman.
Strowman, okay. Do you have a reason, or is it just a gut feeling?
There was no any information released, so I'm gonna just go with Braun Strowman.
I actually have 2 people I can go with this because I'm a little unsure. I could go Solo. Solo was who I originally was starting to think of. But I think they actually might put him on the card last minute. He might be a last minute add-on for something, and I'm going to fantasy book something a little later. It's a fantasy book, not a prediction, but it's a fantasy book. We're going to have a little special fantasy book there. And so I was originally thinking Solo, but now I've kind of pivoted, and he's come in kind of hot, not as hot as his brother had, but he's coming in hot. I think it might be Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix. That's going to be my pick for this one. I think it's a good thing to give him, and kind of pop him up because his brother's had all those months to build up to where he even has a Mania match we'll get into later. So I'm going to go Rey Fenix on this one. All right. Now let's get into the main card. Let's get into the first match, the Sin City Street Fight of Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Big Johnny, who do you got and why?
That one I'm going to go with Priest.
And for what reason?
Because all the times that, he's beaten, he's good over Drew for the world title. I think there'll be another loss that Drew will get, so Priest takes this one.
All right. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm going with Drew McIntyre.
Oh, hell yeah. Big Daddy Drew.
So to counter what he said, I think Drew is going to win. I think Damian's been on a decent streak of wins down his path, and I think Drew's definitely the perfect person to break that damn streak.
I am still undecided, so I'm going to start talking and see if something pops into my head. Both of them make well. Little J, you make a good point. Johnny, you made good points, but the pick did not match your points. It's not a joke; it really didn't. But I mean, you're free to do that try to make it work in your head. I mean, there's a lot of room to make stuff work. That was a joke. I'm gonna go Drew for the main reason that I'm gonna do the stand tall thing because Friday night and throughout most of the weeks it's been standing tall. Most of the time when you're standing tall, you don't win the match. I'm just gonna go with that logic because I really can't put something on this. So I'm gonna use that logic and go with Drew McIntyre to win. Next up, we got the women's world title match, the triple threat of Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Big Johnny, who do you got and why?
This one, I got Mommy to retain the title.
Of course you do. It's workout babyface time.
She doesn't have the title, so she can't retain.
I said Mommy to retain the title.
It's fine. He picking Rhea to win. He can say whatever he wants.
My bad.
But for what reason other than it's the mark out babyface and you pick her every damn time?
No, she's gonna win it back. I mean, she got cheated out of it, so she's gonna, well, in her opinion, she got cheated out of it because
she did that to her damn self.
And that's what I said, but it's gonna be Rhea's gonna win it back.
Little J, who do you got and why?
Okay, Rhea's out of the question for me. That's just how it is. Because she done had it, they're not gonna keep swapping it back and forth like that. So there might be a new champ like Belair or Io. this one I have been thinking about quite a bit. So I'm like I can see how Io could retain. Io could retain by Rhea and Belair getting each other's way, like how it's been previously, and Io retains. But okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Io because I think it's getting each other's way again, which is gonna cause Io to retain. Which I hate to see it because it makes Io look like she can't win clean as a champion.
I am also going Io because, damn it, we need to put some respect on Io's name. These two dumb bitches are out here disrespecting Io at every return. I think she's just going to slap them around like the hoes they are. I'm going to calm down now. But no, I got Io winning this because y'all need to quit disrespecting my girl Io. Io's going to win this because we're tired of seeing Rhea. We're tired of seeing Bianca. And Bianca's a Smackdown superstar. What's she doing on Raw? She's technically a Smackdown superstar. What's she doing on Raw? Damn that. So I got Io to retain because I think this might be the surprise of the night because everybody's expecting it's got Io in there just to take the pin so it doesn't hurt Rhea or Bianca. But I think on the opposite end, that's she's in there and she's going to surprise everybody and take the W. All right, and also, since that is a multi-person match, 2 points. The next one is going to be worth 3 points because it's a 4-person match. And that's going to be the Intercontinental Championship match of Bron Breakker, Penta, Dirty Dom, and Finn Balor. Big Johnny, who do you got and why?
This one I'm gonna go other way. I'm gonna do with Finn.
You're gonna roll with Finn on it?
Yeah.
Okay, for what reason?
He's gonna have the help from the Judgment Day. So, even though Dom's in the match, they can still help him. So, I'm gonna go with Finn.
I'll go next. I'm actually gonna go Dirty Dom. I'm going with Dom on this. I'm going with Dom. That man, I don't care what anybody says, has worked his ass. I don't want to see your crap. I honestly you're a guy your chance to tell me what your crap is. Dirty Dom. He has worked his ass off for years, has gotten over as probably the biggest heel in all of the industry. I don't care what company. He deserves a belt, a singles belt, on the main roster. And I think him winning actually pushes the narrative of fracturing the Judgment Day more than Finn winning. Because if Finn wins, Dom's the kind of character that I'm going to fall in line because, Finn's kind of the leader, even though they say he's not, but he's kind of the leader. But if Dom wins, Finn's going to take that a lot more personally and a lot worse than if Finn wins. So I think if they're fracturing the Judgment Day, which I think at this point they should because they're a shell of their former selves, this is the third incantation of them, starting from the Edge days to Priest days and now to where they are at with Liv. Third thing, I think it's time to fracture them, starting to break that group up. It's kind of ran its course, and I think they do this by having Dom win. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm also going with Dom.
All right.
I think Dom will win is because I think if fans want Penta to win, I think it's too early for Penta to win. I think there's still more time for him to grow, get used to it.
And I also think eventually it's just
a matter of
time before him and Phoenix get back together.
Yeah, but I think the longer anticipation for Penta to the more time he waits is going to build Penta with the fans more, and I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm going Dom.
Next up, we have the women's tag title match. We got the team of the Judgment Day's Liv and Raquel versus the makeshift team of Bayley and Lyra. Little J, who you going with and why?
I'm going to choose Liv and Raquel.
Okay, for what reason?
And I feel like this match is a filler. I hate to say because I like Liv and Raquel, but I think the Bayley and Lyra, I don't think it would make sense for them to win at this point. Like, they're not an actual team. I don't see how it would benefit anyone if they did win, since Liv and Raquel just won not too long ago again. So I'm going to go with Liv and Raquel.
I am also going to go Liv and Raquel. I think this is, like you said, it's a filler match. I think it was a reason just to get some of these women onto the card and to get the tag titles onto the card because everybody says they don't seem important, which I don't think that's true at all. But also, it don't make sense. I think this also might fuel something for a Bayley heel turn because they kind of teased it on SmackDown when or Raw or whenever they fought. I can't remember which one it was. When Bayley and Lyra had the Intercontinental title match, and then Bayley kind of teased just being pissed off, and then she hugged it out. I think maybe something happens with them in the match, and Bayley maybe turns on her during the match, or maybe on Raw or SmackDown the week after. So I'm definitely going to go Liv and Raquel because it just doesn't make sense to put that makeshift tag team in there, since against someone they claim is the greatest women's tag team they've ever had. I mean, that's what they claim, but that's not I'm claiming it; they're claiming it. So, Big Johnny, who do you got and why?
Raquel, Liv.
All right.
Okay, to me, they're not gonna, take them out to more experienced tag team. Just give it, like you said, give it to a makeshift tag team. So it's gonna be Liv and Raquel.
Next up, we've got the social media megastar Logan Paul versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Big Johnny, who do you got and why?
This one I have AJ going over this one.
For what reason?
I mean, because it's more experience. I mean, he's gonna shut Logan Paul's mouth once and for all. So it's gonna be AJ Styles.
Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm also gonna go with AJ Styles on this one.
AJ, for what reason?
I think it's time for him to finally have I think it's overdue for him to have a WrestleMania win.
He has a WrestleMania
and
win.
I think,
he has a couple of
them.
them.
I know, Yeah, I know. I'm saying like recent. Sorry, I meant to say like more recent.
I'm gonna say
That's what I
he
meant
beat
to
Shane
say.
McMahon.
Sorry.
The two
Yeah,
the two WrestleManias I went to, AJ won both of them. He beat Shane and he beat Randy.
But I think Paul's definitely going to be a good opponent to showcase. AJ don't need showcasing, but AJ's also going to be one of the best opponents for Paul to show what he has in the tank.
I'm going to go with Logan Paul because he's been taking a few L's recently, and AJ's at the point of his career where he's out there just to make the newer generation look better. There's no real build to this match. It kind of came out of nowhere. A few words between them on social media and stuff brought this around. They really pushed a lot onto it. So I think this is just a match to kind of, help put Logan over, and putting him over a legend like AJ Styles helps that out. So I'm actually going to go Logan Paul. Next up, Wood, and I think we're going to still just do this because I kind of think how we're all going to go with it. Should be the Randy Orton match, if there's a Randy Orton match. I was hoping they would say something last night on Raw about it. They haven't. So it could be him and Solo, or him and Aldis, or we'll get into my fantasy booking. So what I'm going to do, since I didn't do but one this year for him, I'm going to do a little fantasy booking. All right? Here's how it goes. On SmackDown, we get, yes, Randy, you're going to have a match at Mania. You're going to be like, Randy, you are going to have a match. It's going to be a tag team match with Solo and Tama Tonga versus you and a partner of your choosing. And you can have up till WrestleMania to choose. So we're going to go into WrestleMania with a mystery partner a la maybe Cody Rhodes style from a few years ago. We get there. Solo makes his entrance. Tama makes his entrance. Randy makes his entrance. And this man right here is Randy's mystery partner.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
That's right. Let's get Joe Hendry in a Mania. Let's get Joe Hendry a WrestleMania moment. He's in town that weekend for the convention. So how big of a pop do you think that would be if Joe Hendry shows up to be Randy Orton's partner at WrestleMania? And of course they go on and beat Solo and Tama. That would just be amazing. That's fantasy booking 101 right there. Come on, if this makes its way to anybody in the WWE, do that. Tell Joe to get his ass to the stadium and be Randy Orton's partner for this match. It's the smartest thing you would ever have done in your life. It would be one of the greatest WrestleMania moments ever. That's how I would fantasy book a Randy Orton match for WrestleMania, right there. That would be amazing. And finally, we have the main event of main events. For the WWE title, the champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus Mr. 16-time himself, John Cena. I'll go first. I've been saying this ever since they announced this was last WrestleMania. This needs to be John Cena's win. I'm picking John Cena. This is probably the record of records. This is like beating Joe DiMaggio's hit streak record or Barry Bonds' home run record or anything like that. Or Cal Ripken's games in a row record. Iron Man streak. However, that's this type of record, and for this type of record to be broken, it needs to be on a grand stage. You don't think they couldn't have had those records broken on a World Series matchup? World Series game, they wouldn't have done it if they had the opportunity? Yes, they would have, but I know it's not really could ever happen, but I'm just thinking if that could have happened in that, So, this is our big stage. This is our World Series. This is our Super Bowl. This is our NBA Finals. This is our Stanley Cup. This is our World Cup. This is our Wimbledon, our Masters, all this. This is our thing. This is the biggest stage you can have in professional wrestling. This is the biggest record in professional wrestling to be broke. It makes sense. You do this. I don't care how predictable it is. This is where it needs to be. John Cena beats Cody Rhodes. Probably with the help from The Rock or the third person, if there is a third person, whatever. I don't care how it's done. John Cena wins. This is a Cena win. Little J, who do you got and why?
I'm also going with Cena. This was an easy pick for me. Ain't like I was gonna say, you basically took. You had a great ass reason. It doesn't make sense for Cena to lose, and if he wins, it makes the most damn sense. He beats 17 times. That's all it needs to be said.
Johnny, who do you got?
I hate to say it, but to me, it's John Cena. I mean, and you summed it up. I mean, it's been like, when Lesnar beat the streak of Taker. So, I mean.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that was always going to have to happen at WrestleMania because it was a WrestleMania streak.
Yeah, but it's like that, though. So
yeah. Here are the standings as it is right now, the way it is. Me up by 1 over Little J and up by 2 over by Big Johnny. Now, as far as the punishment goes, I've had it and I've had it for months. 10 kendo stick whippings. You're going to get beat 10 times with my kendo stick. That's our night 2 predictions. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment down below. How hard do you want me to hit Johnny with the kendo stick? Let me know. For Little J, Big Johnny, happy WrestleMania. Thanks for watching. We will see you again.
Watch out, 'cause I'm here now and I'm staying.